Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Bethune DB25 moonphase. 18 karat red gold and 44 millimeters of it. This is an impressive timepiece with the DB25 case and lug profile inspired by a drum, and one might even say a little bit more conservative than the brand's norm. This is a timepiece that represents how de Bethune does a dress watch. Now on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, you can see the DB25 case does wear very differently from the mobile lug DB27 and DB28. The spacing from lug to lug is 51 millimeters, so I can recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 15 centimeters in circumference. The watch measures a surprisingly slim 12.8 millimeters, and you can see with the domed profile of the bezel, this one actually fits quite easily under a dress cuff. The spacing between the lugs, a broad and modern 24 millimeters, so the stance, width-wise, of the watch seems commensurate to its size and very modern. The strap here is a shipping unit, so you're not going to receive calfskin when you buy this watch. Instead, you're going to receive alligator leather. Gator on the top, large scale, gator on the bottom, small scale. The advantage, double gator straps last longer. Now the buckle is handsomely made with a sort of teardrop profile that nicely echoes the shape of the DB25 lugs, which you can see are joined to the case back. The latest generation of DB25 features a case back junction of the lug profile rather than the mid-case junction that was previously the practice. This one wears a little bit better on a small wrist. So you can see that the lugs do have a bit of a skeletonized, evacuated profile, and if you get very close, you can see a little bit of the torpedo form, at least a vestige of it, the ogival cap that was a signature of the DB1 chronograph, de Bethune's first ever product back in 2002. A young brand with 17 years of history, it's a remarkably accomplished brand. In that period, the company, which builds about 150 watches a year, has created 27 in-house calibers and over 154 distinct models. Prolific not just in the number of models and calibers, but also patents. Many of them are completely unique in the annals of watchmaking. Starting with the case band, you can see that the style, again, more conservative than a DB28 or Dream watch. The strong horizontals are formed by the junction of the mid-case with the case back, and you'll note there's a little bit of a lip overhang between the case back, the mid-case, the bezel, and the mid-case. There's a pusher adjuster on the flank for the 360-degree moonphase, which is a de Bethune patent. One half is fire-blued steel, the other half is white precious palladium. You could see a wonderful fired base for the moonphase. It actually has a little bit of a cosmos underneath it that has been fire-blued from titanium. The hands at center are fire-blued from steel. They're a sort of modified skeleton brigade style, and outboard you can appreciate the fact that the hour track is slightly domed and cambered, so it arcs up and over before diving down to the center. The watch uses true rose lathe guilloche, so this is true engine-turned reductive guilloche in a rayon splayed pattern from the center. Craft arts run strong at de Bethune, even as science is its calling card. You can appreciate the attention to detail as the crown is both knurled and drilled with a polished outer face, rolling all the way over. Did I mention attention to detail runs rife at La Berson? Well, the manufacturer from La Berson is giving you an in-house caliber here. One of the 27 that I mentioned, this one is a manual wind with a 6-day power reserve, and you'll note twin mainspring barrels, and the mainspring barrels have an ingenious decoupling system, so unlike most manual wind watches, you cannot accidentally overwind this caliber. The bridge features the company's patented triple parachute, first proposed in 2005. There's a shock protection spring on both sides of the balance, and then there's Inca block for the balance staff at the center. The result being this is a very impact-resistant watch for what is ostensibly a dress timepiece. There's a power reserve that runs radially around the circumference of the caseback, and it traces the 6 days of autonomy. That is not achieved with a low beat rate. Many watches dial down the beat rate, and precision suffers in the name of long power reserves. Not here. The balance beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour. The silicon disc ensures that the proprietary patented balance, a 2009 design by the company and one of over half a dozen balance designs done in-house, ensures a low thermal coefficient of expansion. So the coefficient of thermal expansion represents how much the watch varies as its balance expands or contracts in hot or cold. This watch almost zero variation. You'll also appreciate that the white gold rim outboard contains almost all the mass of the balance, so the balance has a very high moment of inertia, and all of the mass being outboard, the watch can shake off vibration or concussion that would cause a conventional balance to essentially lose a little bit of its step and vary the timing of the watch. Just below my finger, you can see the escape wheel, which is silicone, designed in-house by de Bethune and patented for exceptionally low friction of the escapement. So this watch literally rife with patented mechanisms and beautiful. Cote de Bethune perfectly aligned across the bridges as well as the base plate. You can see there is a satin finish across the wheels of the mainspring barrel and its counterpart. And also note the fact that there is a titanium and black polished bridge, not just over the balance but also over the center Delta style ballast bridge. Typically you see black polish on screw heads. It's rare to see it on an enormous surface such as an entire bridge component. 30 meters water resistant, so this red gold watch is not an aquatic timepiece, but that is why the 2019 Grand Sport Grand Bleu is water resistant to 105 meters. De Bethune running the gamut from extravagant to conservative dress watches to sports watches with a 122-year adjustment interval. It also features one of the industry's longest duration moonphase displays. See this one on debethune.com as well as our website govbergwatches.com.